Alright, so I'm going to continue further into the new quest thing that's on this island of Pacharge? Or however you say it. Anyways, it's called In the Hall of the Sea King. You thought you got away from me. Too bad. Let's see. I already completely understand everything. Humanity has no need to, nor should they, control any knowledge beyond their abilities. In a way, it is not people who pursue knowledge, but knowledge who pursues people. I have an idea. It's one I never mentioned to the Golden Hunter before he left. Why not rebuild the long-abandoned town of Petrarcher? We can attract refugees to live here and spread other versions of the legend. This way we will actively protect the rebuilt seals, and the secrets of this place will be forever. And then that's the end of that. Huh. Oh, I triggered something. It's the strange shiny fish again. Feels like it's been following us from outside all this time. How weird. Paimon, you have witnessed so little of the world as to find such things strange. Are we not underwater? It is not ordinary to see all manner of fish about. Eh? But this big guy looks anything but ordinary. And this voice, I've heard it before. Seriously? You mean from the dream you had before? This part of the sea outside is like the castle. It belongs to the past. It is something that should have been forgotten. If one ceaselessly calls out to a monster that has been blotted from memory, they might yet jump out and cause trouble. It is wise to be cautious. It is for the best if we simply treat it as an ordinary fish. You make everything sound so scary, Ose. Are you just trying to creep us out or something? I simply mean to avoid unnecessary complications. After all, our top priority is to retrieve the surface dwellers' souls, no? It just so happens there's a blank score before us. We simply need to use the music box to tune the auto-harmonic reed pipes on either side, and we can obtain it. Give it a go. An auto-harmonic device built by an ancient civilization obsessed with music. It must be tuned to the correct mode using the power of the symphony. As you hold and release play sound waves, the soundboard will keep sliding. Release to cause it to point at the specific note. This will allow you to change the tuning. Oh wait, I think I didn't finish reading that. Tuning. Once a set of auto-harmonic reed pipes have been appropriately tuned, the note floating above them will change. As to what the correct note is, you might be able to find clues nearby. You're literally telling me what it is. Well, I'll explore first, because that's what I want to do anyways. And there we go. I thought I would have to do a timing thing or something for this, but I guess not.
And now I'll make it all disappear.
And now I got a new tune. Can I pet you more? Tell us about your relationship to this castle. You've guessed it already, I reckon. In the past, when I could still change my form freely, he and I and many of our companions dwelled here. In those days, a new nation had just been born, and as far as we were concerned, the possibilities were yet endless. Here, we organized the classics, researching in music theory and magic, in the hopes that we might tame this perilous power and use it to open up a brighter age. But these possibilities would quickly become lost to us, and I alone remained. Oh, it's fine. These things happened a long time ago. Now I really want to pet you. Pet. Oh, you seem happy with the ears. How about the other ear? Oh, you like the face being petted now, too. Still nope for the back. I'm basically going until that's filled up. Actually, how do I... this. How do I do the thing for this? Do I have to go back to where I found it? Oh well. Thought I got the next thing, but apparently it's not popping up in the thing. Whatever. I will keep going. Oh, there's a time trial thing there. Oh wait, I have to put the book in first. Okay, now I can do it.
And now I'll...
Oh, found another note. The matter of paramount importance is to be able to properly distinguish the different categories of music, so as not to That's a weird wording for that. So as not to misunderstandings caused by confusion regarding the meaning of words. There are three categories of music in this world. One, the musica mundana. Another, the musica humana. Oh, that wasn't a comma there. Okay. And the third is the musica instrumentalis. Tellus? Yeah. Musica mundana is the music of origin. It is the beginning and end of all music. From it does all spring, and to it shall all return. False and true celestial signs, namely the inner and outer, lower and upper electrical signs. Eragatia will provide a detailed explanation of this section. The turning of the seasons and passing of time, the defined elements, everything in the universe, operations according to the order of this music. Here, special attention should be paid to the connection between music mundana and fortuna. The later includes the former, while the former does not equate to the later. Any music with specifications similar to fortuna can be called musica mundana, for it itself would be equal to an entire world. Just as Cassiodor taught you before, the fortuna we speak of here and the sabatos have no, later is mind for the former, while the former is the rules that govern all things, the fate of which slaves speak. Slaves? Yeah, it says slaves. Musica humana is music of the world of mortals. The music of mortals and gods are no different from one another, and both can be classified in this category, for their essence is that of the harmony produced by the musica mundana, striking the quality of the soul. Imagine a harp where every physical entity in the world corresponds to a single one of its fine strings. Magnificent music comes not from a single string, but the resonance of all strings. This is the music we call the musica mundana. As your fingers glide across the ends of the strings, the middle section will vibrate along with it, creating a sound most pleasing. However, you did not touch the middle of the strings at all, and the reason it sounds is simply because it's attached to. What I must emphasize to you is that, just as in the string metaphor, the music of mortals and gods can both be played, just like you can choose to play the middle of the strings and not the ends. And it is for this reason that the musica humana can replace the musica mundana. We will discuss that in later detail. The musica instrumentalis is the most fundamental music, and there is no need to elaborate on it. Even slaves can understand. Next, I must elaborate for you the nature of Phobos, and why the musicless cannot be regardless as human equal to us, based on morality and rationality. That sounds very prejudiced to me, dude. I should go ahead and grab that waypoint. Nope, not affected. Okay. Not affected either. Okay. Let's do the time trial thing. Or actually, that's where I came from. I haven't gone up yet. Oh, I have the book. Oh, there's an enemy in there. Well, here goes.
Order guide you. Gather!
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let the magic begin! Go.
Now disappear. Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
There have always been various misunderstandings regarding the northern barbarians. These misunderstandings are not conducive to conquering and pacifying them, nor are they beneficial to the long-term well-being of the empire. For these reasons, I, Hirtius the Versus of Legio, okay, I'm not going to say the rest of that, in accordance with the exalted Harmos Ergatia's universally known benevolence and authority, hereby faithfully record all I know for prosperity or posterity, so that future successors may fulfill their duty to safeguard the northern border with less trouble. Society. The social structures of different chiefdoms vary dramatically. Most chiefdoms are still in the stage of rudimentary clan-based societies, with councils composed of clans, chiefs holding the highest authority. However, the moniker tribe has long ceased to be an accurate descriptor for some chiefdoms. Though many are loath to admit this, we must face the fact they have broken free from primal barbarians. For example, before the polis of Lugdunensis was raised by Lugio V, its population exceeded. As a trade hub of many northern chieftains, its decree of prosperity could be favorably compared to blank. The ruler of the area did not call themselves a chieftain, but a holy king, and they believed their authority to rule came from an ancient sword bestowed upon them by the mother of many springs. Naturally, any rational citizen knows that strange women laying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from melody and harmony, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. Another example, blank is ruled by a council of astrologists, and they use blank to set apart young children with elemental affinity, raising them to become blank. These people can nearly rival our legions in battle. Note by Marius Servius, the city mentioned here has already been subjected and raised by the exalted Harmos Boethius, its name erased from memory. In the past, the conquest of tribes still in a primitive state could be completed simply by dealing with the clan elders of each clan. A few decades ago, the exalted Harmos Aurelius successfully concluded his northern campaign through such methods, without even resorting to violence, simply by dispatching legionaries to announce the conquest. The various insular tribes on those remote islands were incorporated into the empire's territory. However, following the conquest of Armorica, such tribes grew fewer and fewer. Different methods ought to be used to pacify different chieftains. Just as the exalted Harmos Ergatia once said, it is because they are arrogant savages by nature that we must first understand them before they can understand us. The following pages have been erased and cannot be read. Beliefs. Today, the belief that the barbarians of the north worship a false god, or evil god, known as the Mistress of All Waters, is widespread. However, this is a fiction created as a result of the conquest of Armorica. Its leader had forced their other chieftains to acknowledge that their gods were all aspects of the Mistress of All Waters, regardless of what god they originally worshipped or what names they had. In other words, the barbarians of the northern border region do not have a single centralized belief system. Even to this day, they do not have a unified understanding of the concept of the Mistress of All Waters. The leader of Armorica seemed not to mind this point, as as she only demanded they worship the same name without prescribing the contents of their beliefs. Regardless, blood and barbarism pervaded their belief systems. Some scholars believe this is because they never received a response from the gods and can only resort to increasingly violent and extreme sacrifices to prop up their false beliefs. Showing them the mercy of the Sabatos is meaningless, for mercy is regarded as weakness by the savages. The correct approach is to point out to them that the Sabatos can easily defeat their false god, and only the Sabatos is powerful enough to be worthy of worship. That's been erased. Armorica. Once an obscure and unknown tribe, but today they sense their power in the northern border region. Its former ruler, Constantius, bent the knee to the empire some 20 years ago. As for its current ruler, the infamous Irenaeus, we know little indeed. From captured slaves, we have learned that she is not the heir of Conspiracius. Later did originally have a son as well named Caius. However, we are unsure when and how she became the ruler of Aramorica. Regardless of how she claims to have been blessed by the false god, she has never demonstrated any abilities surpassing those to be expected of an ordinary mortal. Everything she has done so far amounts to nothing more than using insidious plots and base treachery to commit abhorrent crimes against the Empire and its citizens. Only those who are utterly helpless, teetering on the brink of death, would choose to believe in a woman proclaiming to be able to hear the will of the gods and flock to her banner. Just as exalted Hermos Ergertia said, she simply does not believe in any god at all, for none with faith could commit such atrocities in the name of a god. The name Arianus is suspected to be the result of a careless error when it was first transcribed, for this name has no meaning in their language. In the script of the people of bygone times, the symbol for sound, g, looks quite similar to y, and so was copied as such. There is a precedent for similar mistakes. The proper pronunciation for the name would be Erigenth of Amorgia. In the language of the people of bygone times, signifies high, while Raeth, whatever, would be the feminine case of ruler. From this perspective, the name is perhaps not her permanent, but rather her title. However, since many scholars already refer to her as Arrhenius, there is no need for me to assume the authority to revise it. Well, that's interesting perspective. Wasn't that the name? Shit, it's gone. Wasn't that the name of the Archon that died or something? Table. And a spin crystal.
Stabilize.
Doesn't look like there's anything else of interest here.
And voila!
Yeah, wrong one. That's what I want. Okay, I think I'll finish up with this actually. Let me go, please. Oops. Oh well, I'll go back for that. Is it down? It's down. Wait, I'm missing one somewhere. Oh, it was right there! Oh my god. Let me go grab that book. Oh, it's still frozen there. That stays frozen for a pretty long time, actually. I don't know what bookcase you go to, though. I'll find you eventually. Okay. I'm actually... I'm by waypoint, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. So this is where I'm going to end in the Hall of the Sea King. So that's going to be it for now, and I'll see you guys later.